The Prime Minister has declared that 2011 will be a year of delivery and decision for her government. Julia Gillard has promised to bring forward her timetable for putting a price on carbon to next year. And she's pledged to implement health reform, increase workforce participation and continue the rollout of the broadband network. But while Ms Gillard is focusing on moving forward, she hasn't yet finished dealing with 2010. Stephanie Kennedy reports from Canberra.
From the warmth of the north to the colder climes of Canberra.
I come from Townsville to do this, so I come all the way down. And so it's 28 degrees this morning in Townsville, sunny, glorious. So I come down last night for this.
The House of Representatives is back to rubber stamp the government's bill to separate Telstra after it passed the Senate on Friday. Labor and the Independents blame the opposition's delaying tactics for the extra sitting day.
The coalition were waffling about nothing in a sense. They knew the numbers were there. There weren't any substantive arguments being put. It was just waffle, and I think it is a shame and a poor ending for the Parliament in a sense that we've had to return today to endorse what could have been endorsed on Thursday or Friday.
But the Liberal leader blames the government.
Parliament could quite easily have continued to sit on Friday, but the Prime Minister and others wanted to get out and campaign in the Victorian election.
With the end in sight, the Prime Minister is now moving forward, declaring that next year will be a year of action.
So 2011 will be a year of delivery and decision.
And after a year of uncertainty, Julia Gillard is raising the bar for herself and the government she leads.
I intend for 2011 to be defined less by politics and more by government. Australians do not face a federal election next year or the year after. Australians do not want their government to campaign. Australians want their government to govern. We are and we will.
Top of her to-do list, bringing forward the deadline for a decision on a price on carbon to next year.
No responsible decision maker will be able to say next year that they need more time or more information on climate change. In 2011, there will be nowhere to hide.
Also on the government's action agenda, rolling out the broadband network to sites on the mainland, health reform and increasing workforce participation as the population ages. But Julia Gillard's year of living decisively hasn't impressed the opposition leader.
What I think we've seen from the Prime Minister this morning is effectively a bit of a bucket list. She set herself a test, which I'm sure she will fail. And I suspect really she's given herself 12 months as a kind of do or die effort.
And that's a deadline both leaders will be eyeing very closely. Stephanie Kennedy, ABC News, Canberra.